had, in addition to that, Matt, another matte-focused product that might be making its way out very soon is an Apple display, a Pro Display XDR Mini, maybe. Interesting rumors on this. We've talked about this before as well. Some rumors suggested that Apple was working with LG, and LG was going to make a series of new monitors for Macs. And then there are other rumors that suggest that Apple is working on at least one monitor of their own that is not the size of the Pro Display XDR. Maybe it's 27 inches, but maybe it's ProMotion, maybe it's mini LED display. And according to Mark Gurman, sort of the magic number here is it's like half the price. It's $2,500 for this new Apple monitor. So how excited are you, Matt, for a $2,500 Apple Pro Display?
Oh, I'm pumped. I'm ready to see what their new versions are. So, and I guess the rumor is, yeah, we're going to see this like cheaper version, quote unquote. Leave it to Apple to make $2,500 seem like a steal. But we're going to have that one, but also an update to the XDR that we have now, right? That's the current rumor.
Mm-hmm.
So I would expect in that top end model, ProMotion, probably more LED dimming zones, because right now the 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro and the iPad Pro, for that matter, I think, are better technically than the Pro Display XDR. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's even something else that they would add to that, just to really hit it home that this is the Pro Display rather than just the display. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's called the Apple Display 27-inch, and then they have the Pro Display XDR. That naming scheme makes sense to me. I'm also the kind of person, though, here's my issue, is that, yeah, they might come out with this more affordable model, but I'm still going to want that XDR. That's my problem.
That 32-inch one is going to be that much better.
I know. Well, that's the question, though. So this 27 inches, it's going to be mini LED most likely, right? So
the info has been so scarce.
Yeah.
I'm assuming mini LED, maybe ProMotion, maybe not. Maybe ProMotion is just one of the bigger deciding factors between the cheaper one, quote unquote, and the bigger one. Maybe only the Pro Display XDR has ProMotion. I'm not sure how they're going to separate this, or if they wanted to be good guy Apple, they would make them identical and just one 32 inches and one 27 inches, and sort of you're paying for that bigger display.
Right. That would be one way to do it, and that would make me get the smaller one, because I could live with 27 inches because that's what I'm using now. So I'm perfectly happy with that. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of what would differentiate these computers, these monitors, because if it is mini LED, then great, but that means it's going to be a worse mini LED. Maybe at this point, like the panel for the Pro Display XDR that we currently have is more affordable, so they can kind of get the 27-inch version of that and squeeze that into the Apple Display, as they might call it, the 27-inch model. I think that makes sense. So you're still getting great performance, but it's not quite as many dimming zones. It's not ProMotion. It's just kind of shrunken down to that 27-inch size. I think that makes sense, and then you get all the new features in the bigger one. I think that's the only way I can see there being a big differentiation between them besides just price. Yeah. And then I guess the other question is, what do we think the design of this will be? Do we think it'll be kind of what they did in the past when they had the cinema displays, which was, it kind of is an iMac but without a chin? Do you think that's what we're going to see?
I hope they just shrink down the Pro Display XDR. That display looks so good. Just give me that exact same design in a smaller package and call it a day, and I feel like everybody would be happy.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like the Pro Display XDR design, but at the same time, getting something super thin like the iMac but without the chin, I'm also for that too. That is very cool. And I guess I think if we get a mini LED display, well, actually, here's another way to look at this. Whatever we get in the iMac Pro, whatever that display is, I would assume that's what the display is going to be in the Apple Display 27-inch. So I think we're going to know the answer very quickly about what we're going to see. Hopefully in the spring we'll get that answer. But either way, I'm excited that they're getting back into this space. This is one of those spaces that, Apple always made the best displays. Oh, I guess I called it the cinema display, but I guess it was a Thunderbolt display at the end there. The Thunderbolt display and the cinema display before that was always kind of an industry standard for a lot of people. Like, this was, you can get this, it's a reliable monitor. Is it the most high quality? Obviously not, but is it something that you're not going to be able to use? No, this is an excellent monitor. And I think a lot of people were sad when they pulled out of that market, and I think we can all we can all say that we're very happy they're going to be bringing a more affordable option. I mean, I guess maybe adjusted for inflation, like the price is probably the same as the Thunderbolt display was back in the day.
What I would love, though, if Apple wanted to be the good guy Apple, what I would love is just release the 27-inch iMac Pro with Target Display Mode. So then you could just buy the cheapest 27-inch iMac. And then, I guess for those who don't know, Apple used to, I don't know if it was with all models, but at least for a certain time,
it was
feature
called, I think it was all models until the 5K display.
It was this feature called Target Disc Mode where you could use the iMac as a monitor. So in a lot of cases, like let's say Apple was to release this new lineup and the cheapest 27-inch iMac with the M1 Pro was $2,000 and the Apple Pro 27-inch monitor was $2,500. Well, if you could save $500 and just buy an iMac and get the same display, that'd be the way to go. And you'd sort of get a computer in there as sort of a benefit if you ever needed to use it, but probably not something Apple's going to do because too many people would utilize that. I wonder why they removed that. I wonder if there was a technical limitation.
I think it was a technical limitation. Yeah, I think so.
So
I'm sure that's something they could fix now with Thunderbolt 4, but they just didn't. Hey, you made it to the end of this Apple Circle podcast clip, but there is a full episode. So if you want to listen to that, click the video over here. You can watch the entire thing. Or if you're someone who just wants to listen in your headphones, we have the audio version. Of course, links for that where you can subscribe and listen in your favorite audio podcast player is down below. And last but not least, the Apple Circle channel, where we have mini videos covering everything Apple, is also linked down below. So be sure to check that out and get subscribed.